You got raves for your performance in Disgraced,
Oh,
which is
thank
well, I didn't rave because
Okay.
I'm not a theater critic, but I would have. And it, it ran on Broadway until very recently. It's a story about how to make it in America, and it could have fit into any era,
Yeah.
really. Any talented member of a marginalized group trying to fit in. In the case of your character, he rejects the Muslim faith he was born into. He gives himself up voluntarily for searches at the airport. He's a successful mergers and acquisitions lawyer. And what drew you to that? Is it because that theme of integration, which the character in your film handles more successfully than the character in Disgrace?
Well, the character in today's special is dealing with some of the very same issues, but we just come at it from a sort of lighter, more comedic tone. And in Disgrace, which is a drama, Ayad Akhtar, who wrote the play, who is a friend and a brilliant writer, who sent me the script about 2 years ago and said, "Look, I'm writing this play, and I'd love to get your feedback." And I read it and was literally blown away. Like it was one of the bravest plays I'd ever read, and was saying things that nobody else was saying. And so it was sort of a no-brainer for me to get involved with it, and I was really excited about doing it. And when we did it at Lincoln Center, it was really interesting to sort of understand. The beauty of plays is that you start to understand, especially a new play, you start to understand what the play is over the course of time as different audiences come and see it, and how many people were just, it really is about a Muslim American man who is struggling with his identity, and in a very tragic way. It's a tragedy, and it ends in a very sad, devastating place. But how many people actually sort of identified with that character, and identified with his struggle, and identified with what Ayad really talks about in the play, which is our tribal identities, that when push comes to shove, however much we want to talk about the United Colors of Benetton, we end up gravitating towards these very base tribal identities that we have. And, it was interesting how, whether you had Muslims or Jews or African Americans or whoever, come see this play, they recognize something about themselves in this character's struggle.